So just before lunch, Greg, in the last 5 minutes, say here on stage, we don't really like Microsoft here. He didn't stop there. He said, but sometimes they are doing good stuff. My job today is to show you if Intune is a good stuff or not, for you. And if you like it, at the end, there is Intune sticker, including I love Intune. A little bit on me. So I joined Microsoft 3 years ago, and before for a little bit more than 2 decades. I worked in large enterprise, taking care of MDM and management on mobile devices, and we wanted to integrate macOS also. Working with Microsoft, doing an integration, Intune was not there for macOS, so we did a partner integration, was the first one. Everyone was happy at Microsoft. I was extremely happy and proud of what I did. The one who was not happy about this was my boss. My boss said, yes, okay, it's good, but I have to pay for 2 MDM. Why I have to pay for 2 MDM? And because I was stupid 3 years ago, I said, yeah, we can do better, and I discussed what Intune could do. A few times after, I received an offer from Microsoft to doing Mac management in Intune. So my job today, I don't doing specification, I don't doing development. 50% of my job is to discussing with customer, usually large enterprise, what we want to do with macOS management, what is the strategy. And the other 50% of my job is to grab all the feedback from my colleagues and to represent Apple and to say, okay, this is what we need to do in the team and what we need to do in Intune. It's not always working, but we did a lot of progress. So everyone who saw what was Intune before, even last year, is not the same as it is today. Today, we will touch on onboarding, platform SSO. Thanks, Joel, for the introduction yesterday. I don't have to repeat all. Everything has been perfectly explained there. Instead, I will show you how it's working and give you a date of availability. Device configuration. Thanks, Tim, for DDM presentation and DDM update. I will also speak about it. And application development, application deployment. This is something we have not been good in the past, and we are way better now. I will go quick on this slide, that more or less say you have multiple tools, you can centralize them, you can unify the thing, and for MacAdmin it's important because now the Mac are part of the enterprise. They are there. This is why I have shiny stuff on my stickers, because the Mac needs also to shine in the enterprise. If there is one thing to understand here, Intune will never be what old MDM can be. We don't do mastering of a macOS. We will not recommend to bind with Active Directory. Our goal is to be the best platform with Microsoft product, and try Azure Active Directory before, and Office 365. Defender, Edge, all of this, we get an easy integration with it, and this is really the goal. One slide, I just added this today on the terminology, because today I will speak about private preview, public preview, global availability. And people saw that, for example, SSO extension is set to public preview for 1.5 years. It's a long time. So private preview is just with some customer, and I will show you some functionality that are in private preview today. That means we are testing with less than 10 customers. They are directly in contact with us, the engineering team, and we are making sure it's working, and we are fixing if it's needed. Public preview, it's available for everyone. It's fully supported, so you can use it, but it's not feature complete. That means some small thing can still missing, and we will adapt it. Sometimes it's big thing. We will discuss about platform SSO. Global availability, it's there, it's done. That's not mean we will not update it later, but we consider that we finish for that run. It's also important to know that Intune get an update every month, and there is a sprint, so every month. So when I say something will be available in October, that means it will be available in 2 to 3 weeks in the October release. November, end of November. Usually there is no December release because they want to take holidays, and I want to take holidays too, so we are skipping usually December. This is all the things that Intune is already capable to do. In my 2 previous presentations that I did on video for MacAdmins, I explained all of this, how you do the basic thing. Everything we can do is there. Today, if you want to see this, watch the video. They are there. Thanks, Patrick, to having storing them. Look at it. What I will discuss today is the blue thing and the green thing here. Blue, that means it's released. It's what we did this year. Green, we are doing it now, and it should be available before the end of the year. So usually when you do a presentation like that, you want to wait for the end to show everything and say, this is the job I've done, and this is what we do. I think it's good if I start with it. So this is how an enrollment is working. It's good, no? Done. Thank you for your time. So what we will do now is we will slice that video, and we will go step by step. So what is new and what we are working? So await configuration is something that is extremely important. It's to avoid to exit the setup assistant before all the profile are there. It's something that we, in fact, had to do because it's really linked to the local account management. You cannot have local account management without a wait config. And I will present this right after. Enrollment grouping, you decide that all these profiles need to go together. This is something we are releasing now for iOS, and it's coming to macOS next year. Custom compliance, I was really upset when I saw we added custom compliance for Linux and not for macOS first. We will fix this, we will have custom compliance. And attestation. I don't remember on which presentation we saw that, but we also think, like Apple, this is something that is really important, and we will have device attestation. I saw a demo, I was not able to present it today, but it's almost there. And it will go first available for iOS and iPadOS also. So local account management. This is going to private preview tomorrow. So you will be the first one to see it working in a production environment, not in a lab, not in something. You will have 10 customers that will test this starting next week. So we will deliver this in 2 phases. So the first thing is you will be able to grab the information from Azure Active Directory when you have your modern authentication, the username and the normal name. You will be able to put this directly in the login process. You will be able to restrict the user to modify it, and you will be able to enforce it and make it mandatory. Step 1. Step 2, you will also be able to make this user as standard and be able to create an admin account with a rotating password, labs, and everything. So it's coming in 2 phases, and let's see the first phases in action. So I'm living in Switzerland. Apple think we all speak German, so I have to remove the thing first. This is a modern authentication. Nothing really special here. Authenticate with your account. Putting your password. By the way, if you have passwordless here, you just need to validate an authenticator. And here it's starting to become interesting. And all the demo are done with Sonoma because this is new on Sonoma. You can see here that all the profiles are getting, you can see what is coming, and you can see that is blocked. Depending on the number of profiles you have, it can take more or less long time. Done, finishing enrollment. The enrollment is done. It will grab the information for the user from the box that has been filled before. Obtaining user configuration. And being here, you can see it's gray. You can see the information from entry ID has been put there. And because we are using variable, it's automatically enforced based on the user. Is the variable ID a good one? Yes? No? Ah, come on, it was my ID, so I was thinking it was a good one. Here, you can put a simple password. You can put the entry ID password. Don't care because you know that platform SSO is coming next. Finishing the enrollment. And if you go to the user part, here, it's read-only. So the user cannot modify it, he cannot touch it. Okay, that is step one. Now, the device configuration. So if you look Intune in the past, you were seeing profile, like profile manager with template, and you have to fill the thing. We was always lacking of the new thing. It was taking time to create new UI for every new settings. So I skip that one. So working with Apple, they have published in a YAML format all the new settings. So we wrote an indigestion tools that automatically importing the setting. And with these settings, it's automatically creating a UI based on the JSON file that has been created. Like that, we imported all the new settings on Sonoma in 3 days. After there is still engineering validation, testing the settings, be sure it's working, if we can test or depending on the situation. But like that, you always have all the settings directly on the system. That means you have a 0-day support of new OS. In fact, it's even better. We released the settings 1 month before. For us, testing the beta version is extremely important. I testing on beta 1, and the team is starting to test as soon as there is a public beta. And so we are testing and see how it's working. So when the new version is arriving, you know that it's there and you know what you want to do and what you want to set. Yes, in settings catalog, we can also put variable now. And by the way, settings catalog was good for Apple settings. We said, okay, maybe we should also configure our settings and our application with it. Office, Edge, Outlook, OneDrive, not Teams, but maybe one day. We know Teams. New version is coming of Teams. And when you want to configure OneDrive, you need to put the email. So here you can put also a variable. Here is not by default yet, but if you put mail there, it will automatically fill up all the mail parts. And you will be able to see a demo of this later. Declarative software update. So it has been already presented, and I think I hear 2 times. We never saw it working, and it will be great if it's working. Okay, let's have a look. So as it has been explained, it's really easy to configure. You put the version, the build number, so it's working with any build number, the local time, and yes, now it's respecting the time zone, and you push it. You can put a URL. We put the Apple URL here, but you can put any other thing here. It's automatically on the profile, so you can see here, the user get a notification. And he can do it, or he can decide to do it later. First thing, it needs to be downloaded. So I saw on the Apple presentation that depending on the date, I was not aware that he will be more aggressive after 3 days, but it seemed depending on when and the date you put, it will be more or less aggressive on the schedule and in the pop-up. And this is great with DDM, so I will not re-explain, but letting the device to manage it and giving the power to the device and the user, it's much better. They don't have to discuss with the MDM anymore. It's here, it's just waiting the restart. And if we go to the profile, you can see it's there also, directly in the management profile. So you can say here, you are the first one to see this on stage working. And usually the question that I could have after is, okay, Mark, you show us a demo, it's done on your environment, but when will it be available for everyone to try? In October, in 2 weeks, it will be in public preview. So everyone that is running Intune will be able to manage the update of 14 to 14.1 with this. Thank you. Yeah, the Mac is now up to date. Okay. Declarative software update, just discussed about it. Data-driven settings template. So I show you before in the settings, we are importing all the settings and we don't have to create UI. Today, we don't have everything that is related to resource access in this catalog. So everything that is touching Wi-Fi, certificate, VPN, because you cannot just have one settings like that. It's a flow of settings and you need to have them together. This is what data-driven settings template will be. We will have template in the settings catalog, so you know that there is settings that must be together to be able to be deployed. Managed settings is also coming, and this is stuff like activating, deactivating Bluetooth. So the action that we will be able to have with the same system. Okay, so platform SSO. So Joel already showed you, explaining you how it's working. Here is the same, except that it's connected with Azure. With Entra ID, I will get it. And automatically, you will have automatically the synchronization of a password. So yesterday, Joel showed you how it is on BYOD enrollment. Here, I will show you how it is on ADE enrollment. So we continue the same video we saw before at the next step. So the device has been enrolled with ADE. I didn't start any company portal. The notification is already there because it just needs to be installed to trigger it when it's an ADE enrollment. Here you have a registration with Azure Active Directory. One more time, when I did that video, I didn't think it was good to put the MFA, but if you have passwordless MFA, you don't have to type the password here. You just approve on the authenticator. Here, you need to put the password. You synchronize. If you already have a good password, you will not have this step. It's not needed. The synchronization is done, and SSO is configured. So if we go to the settings, so now you have a user that is not readable, that is read-only, but the password place is also read-only. We have all the green bubble, so it's directly integrated in the system now, and this is new with Sonoma. It was not the case with Ventura. Of course, Touch ID is working directly. You don't need anything. The old password is not working. Beep. It's trying. Password has been changed. Now you need a new one. Let's go for a new one. Platform SSO is using the SSO extension, and I show you before in the settings that we have multiple configurations. So SSO will be able to be used by any application that's using the Azure Active Directory Entra ID authentication. Here you can see I'm not touching, I'm not clicking anywhere. He's doing all the windows by himself. Tick, tick, tick. Just the privacy matter, and that's it. You have single sign-on in Outlook. Word, nothing, just the privacy matter. What we have it 2 times, I ask the team. They apparently don't know there is a playlist that you can change. Well, I didn't do Excel, OneNote, and everything. OneDrive is interesting because you can also control all the steps of the wizard. So same, I didn't click anything, it's automatically going on. OneDrive is there. Now I try Teams. So Team is almost there. You need to click. It's not that bad. So this is still the old version of Team running on Electron. A new version is coming, as I said before. Should be way better. Edge, usually you need to authenticate 2 times on Edge because you can synchronize your profile. You need to click also, but everything else is automatic. But if you go now to portal.office.com, you are automatically authenticated. It's working natively. So this is the power of the SSO extension. I will go fast because Joel already showed us everything here. All the steps, how you do the integration. We don't have workplace join anymore. It's a proper Azure Active Directory join now in the system. As I said, if you use Authenticator for passwordless, on the 2 prompts that I had before, you can just validate and put in the number, and it's working directly. And this is the flow. Platform SSO, it's working in Ventura. It's better, really, really better with Sonoma. In Ventura, you were still able to modify the password locally and be able to, if you can create mess. Sonoma is better. Let's say like that. Platform SSO is also working with Secure Enclave. So here I'm using the app SSO platform command state to see it. So you can also decide to store the password in a Secure Enclave instead of doing the synchronization with a local account. It can be good for security. Security team can mandate this. We are also having these settings soon. I don't have a date for that one, but I can tell you that the public preview of Platform SSO is coming in November for everyone. What's happened if you start the application, you didn't do the process, you are not in the proper version of iOS, you have a just-in-time registration. So this is something that we released 3-4 months ago for iOS and iPadOS, and we are bringing this also to macOS. So no company portal is needed. You need to be there, but you don't need to be started. You will have a guided here. The version is not correct. Please update your version to be able to continue to access your data. We are protecting the data. Everything is also based on the SSO extension. Is it good? Application. So last year, I think at this period, we said, okay, great, we improve our application framework. So now you don't need to wrap application anymore. Okay, it's done automatically. You can drop a DMG or a PKG to the Intune interface, no matter the OS that the team that's running this can do. It's easy, it's deployed. But it was, and it still exists in the system, and we have no plan to remove it, is using the MDM channel. So that means it's under the MDM boundary. Application need to be signed, need to be in the application folder, multiple rules that need to be followed. I had a lot of complaints to my customer to say, how I install my security solution? You need to put file there, file there. How I do with that scaler who need a postscript after? How I do? So, okay. So we decided now to deploy a complex package solution based on our agent. We have an agent that is running on the Mac. We have it for years. It can run on a root or on the user, no matter what. So you can read all of this. But the goal of our package deployment, you give a package, you give a way for us to detect that the package has been installed, and that's it. No next step. It's working and it's deploying the package on your behalf. So we was not able to do this immediately. So we had already 3 updates, and I think there is 1 or 2 next that is coming to add more and more flexibility. But we add something just 2 weeks ago that is really cool. This is prescript and postscript. And this is really interesting when you're deploying a package. So let's see how it's working. So you select at the end the macOS PKG deployment. You select your package. Here we took the MDE. And here you simply have to put your script, prescript, postscript, and this is what will be executed. It's as simple as this, theoretically. Boom. Next, the operating system, the detection, you are assigned to a group. You will see here, it's not installed. Tick, it's arriving. You can see that the application gets installed. We have an icon. You will see on the top right that the icon will appear also. Not configured. You will receive this configuration also. And here, when you test, it's there. Everything is configured. Job done. And for this, it's already there for 2 weeks. Apple already shows us that there is DDM with app status reporting and app deployment. We are extremely excited to this. It's not available yet, but the team is ready to take care of this. As soon as it's coming, we have great plan using this. And we really want to be on top of this. So I think we have grabbed back our let status on application. What next? Microsoft loves to discuss about the Intune suite. Intune suite is a set of products that is around Intune. So it's not the management itself, it's not the core, but it's type of application that you can do extra with the application. Remote help, app management, cloud-based certificate, so you don't have to manage a PKI solution. It's done in the cloud. Advanced analytic, and EPM. So, okay, this is coming, this is multi-platform. What I guess is interesting for the people here is when all of this is coming from macOS. So, again, everything that I presented before, it's core. It's provided by Apple. It's coming directly. There is no extra thing there. 2 weeks ago, we released remote help, read-only, for macOS already. The full control is coming early next year. EPM is a big thing in Windows world. With the management of the group and everything that is in Sonoma, we are looking if we need to do something or if we can already just use this. We are plan to study this now, more or less, and we will know more next year. Cloud PKI will be released at the end of the year. It's a PKI service. It's for all type of platform. We don't care if it's macOS or not. It will work for Mac also. Advanced app management, this is where you say, I want this application, I don't care. Just deploy it, maintain it, and everything. The study for macOS will happen next year. And the endpoint analytic, there is a preview that is coming, I guess, at the end of the year, maybe early next year, to be honest. So this is really important because Intune Suite, we really want to make it multi-platform. So all the platforms that Intune manage, macOS will also benefit from it here. Want more? So I synchronize the local account, and it's make read only. We synchronize the password with platform SSO. There is a small thing that I like that is not there. This was the end of my previous video. One more thing? One more thing? One more thing. So if you go to the user here, you can see that there is also the photo of a user. It's small, but it's allowed to have it synchronized here and synchronized here. So you really know who is logged without even reading the name. We do this with a script. It's not native in the platform. You need to have a script that will grabbing the photo from Azure and everything. And if you want to access this, if you want to have a private preview of Platform SSO earlier, we have started a MacAdmin community dedicated to Intune. You just scan this QR code or go to aka.ms MacAdmins, and you can join. I checked this morning, 1,600 MacAdmins who are already there, already doing stuff with Intune, and quite happy to test, quite happy to give feedback. The other day, someone asked me, why you don't do this on Slack? We already have a community on Slack. Slack is US. I ask exactly the same question, and I get an answer that is correct. It's really easy for our team that's doing macOS product, so that means Office, remote help, all the technology that around Mac to just click and be part of the community. Way easier than to go to Slack and follow and everything. So here, it's for Intune, but it's also for all the rest of the solution we are providing for macOS only. And thank you.
Thank you, Mark. So do we have questions? Do we have questions? We're Rich. Yes.
So for the pre and post installs for the packages where you can put in scripts, do those get stored in a library where you can reselect them, or is that something you have to copy and paste in every time you would want to use that along with a package?
The settings, you mean?
Yeah, so you were setting up a package install, and then you had the pre and post installs, and you paste it in the scripts. Does that go into a library for reuse, or
No,
is it?
they are uploaded to Azure in backend. This is our backend. So you need to update them. You cannot re-extract them after.
Okay, it would be useful if there was some way.
To re-download
Yeah,
them?
because it may be a lot of duplication of effort otherwise, especially for if you want to, make a change and have it update for all the things that may be using
Yeah.
that.
Okay. I didn't spoke about it, but all the settings that we are, next 2 weeks, so in the October we will provide a way to export and re-import all the settings you have configured. So this is going in the same thing. It's not your package yet, but at least the settings you will be able to export and re-import. So thanks for the feedback.
Thank you.
And over here.
Hey, you mentioned support for ECMI protocol. Did you mean just the payload for the client, or do you support the server-side piece of the solution as well?
Do you mean the thing that is coming with a suite, the application management that is coming to a suite?
No, I think it was in the first part of the presentation, ECMI/attestation. And in Sonoma, there is a support for the configuration where the client can talk to some server to get the certificate on device without the private key leaving the device.
Yep.
But I would be interested if maybe one of your PKI solutions which live in the cloud support the ECMI protocol.
Not yet. To have the ACME protocol, we are doing a big study on what we can do with certificate. Everybody who is dealing with certificate on macOS know how it can be difficult, let's say like that. So today you can create can have your own certificate solution with your custom. I have a customer who did this, and it's a big carrier in France, and they have created their own custom solution, and they integrated with Intune. It's working. We are providing all the steps to do and all the integration, but we have a big reflection on certificate and how we can solve this. User certificate, system certificate, not having one certificate per profile, and so it's a big subject for next year. And we saw on the DDM presentation also that there is a way to have one certificate to multiple. Yes, we have hope for certificates.
It's on. WXP.
Sorry?
What is WXP? So you had SSO, WXP?
Word, Excel, PowerPoint.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do the demo for each application.
Okay. Yeah,
And
it's difficult to
technically
Google.
it should be WXPO because one note is there, but yeah.
Okay.
What's the size limit on the PKGs you can upload?
Today, at this moment, 2 gig will become 5 gig before the end of the year, will become 8 gigs next year.
Okay. And when you had that little roadmap with the squiggly line, you said advanced app management. What does that actually include?
This one?
Yeah, the advanced app management.
Advanced endpoint analytic? Or
The advanced app management, what does actually that involve, sorry?
no, there is endpoint privilege management. This is the solution to run something when you are a standard user and you want to do something more, but not to be admin. So it's a big thing on Windows, and with the groups and everything that is coming with Sonoma, we probably don't need this on macOS. Right. It will be part of the core for macOS. This is my expectation. We are still looking on, do we need to provide something more like SAP privilege, for example, where you need to approve and everything? Or is it okay with the group management? We don't know yet. Honest answer.
And your remote help, does that get around the screen recording permission problem or not?
Today you have read-only, so 2 links, you click, you can view it.
Right.
With full control, you will be able to have full control of a device, like on Teams, more or less.
Yeah, but will the user still have to approve the screen recording permission? They will.
Yes, for now, yes. There is no PPPC to bypass this.
Which is good, isn't it? Yeah.
I didn't say it's bad.
Oh, Rich again? Yeah? Come on.
So you mentioned for platform SSO that is going to be, there is no need to open the company portal app. So platform SSO is going to be handling the enrollment with Intune, or is it going to be communicating via a separate way to Entra AD? The reason why I'm asking is that we are using Jamf Pro, and right now our connection with device compliance requires using the company portal.app, and that is something I would like to get out of our enrollment experience if I can.
That's a question more for Jamf than for me.
I understand that, but I was intrigued by the idea of you can just get company portal.app out of the loop, and I was wondering if it was an Intune specific thing.
The goal is you have a company portal, but we notice that the user don't really use the company portal day to day. So they forget to start it, they forget to do the registration, they forget to do all of this. So this is why platform SSO is automatically triggering the registration. And same for the just-in-time registration. The company portal just needs to be installed.
Okay.
But yes, I know with Jamf Pro you have to start it and doing the compliance thing.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
You don't need to do this with Intune.
Are there any possibilities to use custom attributes in compliance?
So, no, not yet. But this is a big ask, and this is on our study list. Because when I say study list, that means we didn't decide yet how we will do it, and we want to do something like that. We will have a custom compliance. So custom compliance is already a script that you say, I want this value to be like that. If it's not like that, run that script to fix it. So this is custom compliance, this is coming. Now, when you create a custom attribute, today, it's only used for inventory purposes. We want to do more with this, but there is idea to do more for all the solution, all the platform. So they ask us to wait a little bit, because maybe there will be a solution for all platform.
Thank you.
They're a talkative bunch, aren't they? Yeah, really. Well, great. Thank you.
Thank you.